Alright. Sorry, I'm closing some stuff. So, for racing, do you have to reset? I assume? I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Anyway. Extra precaution if needed. I'm gonna get wrecked. This is my first SM64 race. 16 star or whatever. I just started playing, so one more person needs to get ready. Just remember, this is low. There we go. Okay, here we go.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Here we go.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you.
Hey, STG.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
It's kind of weird. I usually race with people that I know, but I'm racing with people I don't know at all. I just literally, like, there's like 7 people in this race. I just joined in, hit dot ready, and I'm in. Like, I don't know who any of these people are. I recognize old Minister, obviously, but like, yeah, it's kind of funny. And I'm gonna get wrecked. Gonna get wrecked. Hey, classy. Alright. So keep in mind, I'm really bad still, so. This is actually gonna be my first run on console ever. So there's that too. Oh, okay. That's yeah. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Nailed it. Okay. This is a 16-star race. The real any percent is a 0-star. Look at that. Only plus 26. Nice. Beautiful. The plays. out. The moves. Oh! Oh! That was pretty good, actually. No frame drops. No frame drops yet. It's all your end. Yeah, you know, or refresh. Whoa. Whoa. Nailed it! I actually might be right on top of the star. Aw, oh, close.
Here we go. Go.
Oh my god, that leg! Whoa! That leg is insane. Is this seriously how much console lags? You must have to look in certain directions to stop it from lagging. Ugh. No fun. That's never fun, obviously. Hey, Gamer Trick. I am playing on the N64 right now, not emulator. This is my first N64 console run of SM64, which I just started like less than a week ago, and was not doing it very seriously because I was on vacation and just chilling. So it's fun though. It's fun. I'm glad that I'm doing it because it's fun.
Here we go.
Hey, Tommy. Nice. Nice. That makes sense, Super South. VC is the fastest too, if I remember right. But that's not... That doesn't make it better if it's the fastest. All the good runners use N64, I guess.
Here we go.
Saw you yesterday at the Dragon stream. You mean Hi-Fi's stream?
Go.
Yeah. Hey, Tumolf.
Go.
Oh no. My video just went out. But I fixed it. That was scary.
Here we go.
It's pretty good so far. But none of the stuff that I've done so far is really that challenging at all, so a lot of the harder stuff for me is at the end. Like Bowser throws and like some of the stuff in HMC. Wow, that was amazing. That was pretty good. Come on. Hey, Johnson. Okay. Uh-oh. I want to stream a little earlier, Awesome Maniac. It just didn't work out today. If I could start like 3 or 4 hours before I started today, that'd be pretty good. Hope that's what you wanted to hear, but if not, I'm sorry. It's just can't make the time work for everyone, obviously, because people watch on all over the world. Whoa! Oh my god, that was so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, fuck, man.
Here we go!
Techno Freak.
Go.
Hey, QQ Morez. Whoa. That was not okay. That sucks. God. Duh.
Here we go!
Oh, the reason QQ Morez is that before the side BLJ was a thing, In other words, before a skip was found. This was the 90% category because you have to get 15 stars to talk to the bunny. Or to get the bunny. And the bunny allowed you to clip through the door, which to be able to get the key too. So basically you need the bunny, and to get the bunny you need 15 stars for him to spawn. So what? And then it's 16 stars, not 15, because you have to get the star in the submarine in like DDD or whatever. To activate the Bowser thing for whatever. Yeah. 15 for bunny show up, and then one more afterwards, which you'll see in a bit. I'll show you. And that is why. But there's a skip found to that you don't have to get bunny. So now you can get it with 0 stars. So that's technically 90% now. But this is just kind of like a race category now, and a decent intro category just to get a feel for the game. And really easy to learn. It took me like a few hours to learn. So. Ooh, laggy. Come on. Get there. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the bunny. Oops. Wow. That was pretty lame. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if I got stuck in there and there's no way out, it's gonna feel like an idiot. No problem, Smasher. I hope my SM64 expertise has helped you tremendously. My vast knowledge of SM64. You gotta get the bunny and stuff, so it's 16 stars. Bunny. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay. And yes. Go. Alright, so this is the trick. You go here and go through here. Now, there's a little stairs there, and you can do a side BLJ and go through this door. But it's really hard, so a lot of people don't do that category because of 0 star being stupidly hard and optimized. Like someone said in chat. Is indeed stupid. Yeah, it is stupid. But it is any percent, so obviously it's important because it's any percent. Fastest way to beat the game. But if you want to go off of something like that takes a lot more dedication, skill, and time, 16 star, no, 120 star, or 70 star I guess too, but obviously 120 star is the most prestigious category, just because it requires the most work. And the most skill. Holy shit, plus 50. Wow. I didn't even know it could be that bad. Look at that. Ooh, nice. Good. Ooh, nice. There we go. Alright. That was good. That was good. Exactly what I wanted.
Mamma mia!
lag, 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 lag. I don't know why it's so laggy. It sucks. I have to look like a certain way, I bet, to avoid the lag. This lag is insane. I almost just tried to do a spin jump. I tried. I spun my analog stick around. Sunshine strats. That was ridiculous. I can't believe I just tried to do a spin jump. I think that's fucking hilarious. Oh! Don't even try that shit on me. Come on. Holy shit. Okay. Thanks for the follow, KDJ922. Last split. Alright. What? Alright, Mario. Ooh, is that gonna make it? It might. It might make it. It might make it. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. There we go. Long jumps for the win. Such a noob. I'm so bad. Alright. No! Why did I do that? That works. Yeah, watch out, Sig. Coming for you. Yeah. Who is winning the race? El Minister already won. But there's 7 people in the race, and this is my first ever race of this game, and I suck horribly. So if I beat anyone, then it's a complete victory, like, the biggest victory ever. What's up, Red Jinjo? Except it's not the real Red Jinjo. I hate doing these throws, they're the worst. This is the whole reason I can never beat. It's because Like right now, I have 2 minutes to complete this. I can still PB by a fair bit, but it's not gonna happen because Bowser throws is like the stupidest thing ever. Both sides. Both sides. I should have thrown him closer and then finished him off. Wow. That's 3 so far. I haven't got a single one yet. I'm so close. There's no way I can miss this, right? Yes! Out. Okay. Okay, you know what? This isn't gonna be that bad, as long as I get the last one. I don't know if it wasn't going fast enough because I was lagging or what, but that fucking blows. Now I'm gonna miss because inaccuracy, watch. Oh wow, okay, nice. Damn. Alright. No PB though. Last place. Yeah. I got a gold though. Damn. I've been streaming just down on SRL. Don't cuss, sorry. I do sometimes. It's not a bad run. Although I can save a few minutes just by not missing Bowser throws.
The power of the stars is restored to the castle.
How do we... Oh yeah, do this.
And it's all thanks
Come
to
on.
you. Thank you, Mario.
Okay. You're welcome,
We have to do
Peach.
something special for you.
Here we go!
Listen,
Screw
everybody.
that, PGS
Let's
winning.
make a delicious
Not
food
happening.
for Mario.
That was fun. Do you guys... I can do a little bit of attempts for this, or I can just switch to Banjo.
Mario.
Smasher. Dad and bad. Banjo, banjo, banjo. Ah. SMS. Steve Gaming HD or Games HD. I just started like 5 days ago or something, Except I haven't been actually like doing it seriously at all. I just did a few attempts. Casually. Oops. I was on vacation, so I was just doing it on emulator. This was my first run on console, because I just got back from vacation. So, I was just on vacation on emulator on my laptop, doing it a little bit. So that way, it was just something to stream, because I didn't really have much to stream. No, I'm on my N64 now that I'm home. Yeah, I can switch to Banjo, though. Sounds good. I like 16 star a lot. I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, you know, I'm not gonna stop because I'm not on vacation anymore and I can play on console. Like, I'm gonna keep playing.
Thank you so
It's
much
fun.
for playing my game.
You're welcome, Mario. That is the wrong BK splits. Where are the real ones? There it is. That doesn't look good. Okay, good. That's legit. Whew, a little worried there. Okay, so we got the gold. Everything's good to go. I'm going to this here. Like that. Holy crap. Good. Okay, now I just need some water, and then I need to lower my... Ooh. Looks like I'm gonna have some frame drop issues. I'm already really low. Ooh. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna lower it to 360. I'm gonna change this to 500. And this to 6, apply. And then I'm gonna restart the stream. Actually, no, I think it's going into effect without restarting. It looks that way. Okay. Well, as long as the resolution changes, then we're all good. You guys let me know if it looks weird or something, or if it's laggy or whatever, but it should be fine. I'm gonna get some water and I'm gonna start a run. I do not have a tattoo. What the fuck? What? I don't have a tattoo. That's like the stupidest thing. No offense to anyone who has a tattoo, but I will never get a tattoo. Oh, green screen made it look like I had one? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on a second, this is gonna be loud. There we go. There. Much better. Nice, okay. Wait, what? What am I doing? Please. That was... funny. What? Faster to reset during the credits to get Gruntilda, Banjo-Kazooie. Actually, yeah. But 100% runners have basically. Wait, I gotta get my green screen fully working here. Wow, it looks like I just have like a sheet. 100% runners is basically just. It's just been agreed on that Banjo-Kazooie 100% single segment is the keyword there, SS, which I don't even think they even put in the description for Banjo 100% runs anymore, but that's what it means, single segment, which means that you can't reset. So, That's what the SS means, and that's what the 100% run goes by standard. Nah, I'm good. Awesome Maniac. I do sing sometimes, but I definitely don't sing on command. Not really the person to just like be a sellout and just be like, oh, they want me to sing? Okay, I'll sing. No, I'm not gonna. Let me know if it lags anymore. I'm watching the levels. Thanks to the follow, Mr. Sora 464777. I do, Blake. I'm not dropping any frames right now. If I'm still dropping frames, then I need to reset the stream because something else is going on. Tell me if I dropped any frames in the last, like, minute here, because if I have, then... Okay. Alright, still smooth. Alright, good. Wow. You won't, Thunder. Tremendous delay. You might want to refresh your chat, because I've been noticing that people get tons of extra delay by not refreshing their stream. Like, that happened to me. But, depending on what you mean by tons, like, if you already knew that there's, like, at least 20 seconds of delay, because Twitch is just the way it is right now, then yeah. But if you didn't know that, that's what's up. There's a lot of delay. But if you mean tons of delay, like 1 minute, then that's a little different, possibly. Although I can't really think of anything I can do to fix that. It's probably just their end if it's that much. So it varies a lot day by day, which is pretty sad. Right, that's what I meant, Chris. Yeah, not the chat. Well, it could do the stream, yeah. Refresh the stream. Because your video just gets further and further behind whenever you buffer, and just in general. I started noticing after I had like one open for an hour, people in chat were spoiling stuff like 20 seconds before I even saw it. And I was like, whoa, that is crazy. So I refreshed and it fixed it. But then it comes back after an hour or so. From buffers and crap. Probably the reason, Crate, that you think that most speedruns start off bad and then get better and better is actually quite the opposite of what you're thinking. It's funny, but the way it works is the beginning of the game, most runners will reset a decent amount. You agree with me on that, right? You know, if it's not good at the beginning, the first 10 minutes, why waste your time with the whole run when it's bad? So you spend a lot more time on the first couple levels, thus it's a lot more optimized, and your time is better with your PB usually. Unlike right now, where I'm continuing to run where I'm plus 12 out of SM, which is actually, like, literally unheard of. You'll never see me do that ever, basically, besides now. And I have no idea why, I just decided I didn't want to reset. So, it's like, it always looks like you're doing bad at the beginning, because in the PB, generally have good times. So, if you compare the times at the beginning, it's harder to do better because it's more optimized at the beginning. And at the end of the run, I haven't had as many attempts of Click Block Wood, per se. So, generally will tend to do better as you go along, if that makes any sense at all. It's funny that you say that it's been removed because I can still see it. Thunder Punch. Because I haven't refreshed my chat. Yeah, crate free. I found it was hard to memorize the game. I had a lot of difficulty remembering how to do everything. For this kind of game, there's a lot of just minor stuff that you have to remember, and it took me a long time to memorize it all properly. But this game is really cool as a speedrun in the fact that it's really easy to start as far as the movement goes. You know, like, you watch me do this movement, and it's like, okay, it's really self-explanatory. Go into Talon Trot, and, like, do some jumping. I mean, I don't know. It's really self-explanatory. Like, if you watch it, you understand how to do it. With a lot of other games, it's kind of harder to understand just by watching what the movement is. Like, take a game like Super Mario Sunshine, which the movement isn't ridiculous or anything. I mean, it can be at advanced levels, but it is harder when you start because there's dives and rollouts and spin jumps and spin jump dives, and it all happens really fast, so it's hard to, like, take it all in. With this game, though, it's very, very self-explanatory about what the movement is, so it's easy to pick up the game as far as that goes. As far as the technicality. And where I was saying the cool part about this game is that even though it's easy to start with the movement, it's incredibly hard to master the movement. Nobody's mastered the movement, you know? And I doubt anyone ever really will master it to the full potential, but, like, I mean, I guess you can say about any game, like, oh, I doubt anyone will ever be able to task a game in real time. Duh. Maybe besides Super Mario Bros. 1, they're, like, really close. But, I mean, obviously, just the way that the game is. Anyway, kind of going off on a tangent. Wow. What? What? Okay. Do you have any advice for beginners? For Banjo? Or speedrunning in general? I assume, obviously, you mean for Banjo. And I guess the advice I can give... give me a second. I'm trying to think. I don't know. For me, I kind of spent a few days on every level, and I didn't... I mean, that seems pretty obvious. I mean, a lot of things I'm going to say would apply to any speedrun, but try to take everything one step at a time. So, and it can be to the point where, like, little things, like, if there's, like, a hard trick with a bunch of different steps, what you want to do is break it into parts and say, okay, I'm gonna do the first 3 seconds of this, like where I do this jump, this rollout, this thing here, and then do it until you've got it mastered. Just those few seconds, and then move on to the next part and the next part. That doesn't really apply for Banjo. Whoa, that camera. But it applies on levels, like the size of levels, so like do TTC until you can do it correctly. In my opinion, I think that 40. Wait. 40. Oh, I know what I did. Damn it. Damn it. Sorry, I'm still getting used to that new route change that I just did. Do a level until you can do it correctly. And then once you've done it, like, once, like, entirely correctly, then move on to the next level. That's kind of how I learned it. So instead of being like, okay, I know how to do this, but I haven't actually done it fully correctly yet, you know? Like, I haven't actually had a TTC where I have gotten all of the jiggies while flying without landing and stuff like that. I kind of think that the way you want to do it is that you want to do it just once where you've actually done it perfectly correctly. Obviously, like, not little things, like if you fall off of stairs, like, that doesn't count. I just mean like big tricks. If you got all the big stuff down one time, then you can move on to the next level, because that probably means that you have put a lot of time into it to the point you have done it once correctly, and so then you're ready to start doing runs. And during your runs, you'll make big mistakes, but at least you know that you can do it. You know, like, oh, I've done this before. I've done this correctly before, so I can do it. I'm confident that I can do it again, kind of thing. And that's just for starting. So once you've done that for TTC, then you move on to the next level and do the same thing until you've gone through all the levels, which would probably take you a few weeks. Holy crap. Come on. What's up, Cosmic Carp, by the way? Yeah, screw Leaky. Shit. Elf. Cosmic Heart just started streaming again. I know you watch him. I see you in that chat with that sub. It's confusing because there's Cosmic Heart and then you, obviously, and then there's Cosmic Abuse, and then there's some other guys who I can't remember. They're always in there. What's up, Mark, by the way, if I didn't say hi already. Captain. That health picked up. Yeah, me too, Cosmic Heart. I missed it because I was watching and then he lost Run Furnace Fun, and then I was watching because he decided to keep going, or go again, you know. And I fell asleep with the laptop open in my bed. When I woke up, I saw in the chat that people had said he got the record. And then I looked in the highlights, and sure enough, he did. So I was bumming. Whoa. That's good. Very nice. A 2-1. You play CB. I don't know what that is. Bummer, Blake. Hey Sonic. Has it been forever? Confused. Crash Bandicoot? Yes, but not a ton. I've played the first one and the one that says Warped. It's either 2 or 3, I don't even know. I think it's... Or no, Cortex Strikes Back? I don't know. I played them. They're not like my favorite games or anything, but they're good. Bummer. Wow. Fuck. No, it's not, Mark. It's not like Banjo at all. The key difference is that Banjo is an open world design and Bandicoot is a closed environment. Thanks for the follow, Bartman J. Simpson. Good. Oh, thanks, Bartman. Thanks for watching. Hey, Allie. Yes, Mark. The set path. Yeah, Bart, if you don't know already, I'm kind of a variety streamer, so I do a lot of different speedruns. And I've streamed every day since May 27th. I believe I'm the 3rd longest daily streamer. I'm gonna try to be the longest daily streamer. Okay. That was not good. Yeah, Theory gets 2 emotes. Maybe more if he gets enough subs, right? How many do you need for 4? It's not very much. I know it's kind of exponential. So like the first like 6 emotes actually aren't that bad. But then again, I mean, no offense to your stream, it's not like a super large stream. But I still think you could get more than 2 because you get a few friends that want to do it, and I would want to do it, I would assume, if the emotes were badass and stuff like that. But hey, if anything else, you get your own personal global emotes, right? That's a win, without even having to pay for them. Whoa, I didn't talk to Bottles yet. Yeah, I did. What am I talking about? Jesus. I'm stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, raids and love help. That's for sure. You subbed? Oh my god. That's amazing. That's badass, Theory. That's because they know you're gonna deliver the good emotes. I don't know, I think it's actually less. I think you're gonna get 4, Theory. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to get 4. If you already have 10, I'm pretty sure you got it. And, oh, this is key, Theory. So, because you just got sub, that means that the most amount of subs that you're gonna have is just a given. The most amount of subs you're gonna have right now is gonna be your first month, because, you know, everyone's gonna sub because you just got sub, you know what I mean? So it's really important that you get to as high of the unlocks as you can, because once you unlock them, as long as you don't change the emotes, you can keep them even if you lose subscribers. Like, you know, next month, if you don't have as many subscribers, you'll still keep those emotes if you got up to like 4 or 6 emotes. You just can't change them without, you know, losing those unlocked slots. It doesn't stay unlocked forever is what I'm saying. Whoa. So, yeah, you really gotta, hopefully, you know, we can get you enough subs so you can get more unlocks. I'll have to promote you if you're a few away or something. Whoa. Wow, 1 health. I'm probably gonna reset. But I'll keep going for now. And the reason I say I'm probably gonna reset is because I'm probably gonna take damage like here. Well, I won't take damage here because it's easy to not take damage, but there's some other spots where I'll almost likely take damage. So. Pour the shit out of emotes. Yeah, just post your emotes in like everyone's chat until they're like, who's this guy with these emotes? Like, where do you get those? And it's like, sub to Theory, woo. Yeah, obviously Theory's gonna have some badass emotes. So hopefully you can get 4 or 6. I know that it's really easy to get up to like 6, and then 8 is actually not that hard. Like I don't think you'll be able to get 8, but I'm saying that all I know is that the last 2 emotes are ridiculously higher than the rest. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I think 8 is somewhere around like 100 subs, and then 10 is like somewhere around, I think it's 300, which is kind of a lot in comparison. And also like it goes exponentially less for all the other subs, so it sounds like you're gonna get 4 at least. BLD, it's Clanker's Cavern. It does scale pretty weird. Thanks for the follow, Red Barchetta 20. Hey, Agron. Whoops. 10 is 250? Oh, okay. Hey, 59 Gaming. Okay. That's awkward, Egron. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, it's not, Thunder. What are you talking about? You're 2 months off, bro. It's gonna be 10 months tomorrow. May, not March. If it was tomorrow, you would have already known, because I would have had a big flashing rainbow text over the entire stream saying daily 1 year is tomorrow, and that you should shit your pants, and that it's gonna be a 800-hour long stream. Also, I see you've donated, Egron. I'll look at that in a second. I'm hyped because I know that you left a note. I'm really hyped for this note. What do we got here? Damn it! Damn it, Egron. That's the note? Oh. You want me to get Danny emotes? Okay, okay. Alright. I see how it is. Well, I'm gonna wait for the perfect time to do that, but I will do that. Obviously, I'll let you know in Skype when I'm gonna do that. So you can join in if you want to his stream or whatever. Oh, someone just tell him that thank you and that I'll sub to Dan when like yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Egron. Also, Frozen yet. I tried to help Egron with his laptop, obviously, so we could start whatever, but, it's, yeah, I don't know. He said that he was gonna have it fixed, he thought, and then I guess he didn't get it fixed, so. Alright. Ooh. Ah, this is still a shit run. Hey, Kazooie. Wow! You motherfucker. Hey, Extra Beast. Alright, crate free. Alright. Okay, we're good. Okay. Smooth. Yeah, it was a cough sneeze. I sneezed and then I coughed when I thought it was weird. Yeah, I did a 16-star race though, Ash. It was so easy to get into a race. I just went on there, and there was already people racing, and so I just waited till the race ended, and then joined in, and they're like, rematch everyone? And then I just like hit .enter, and there was like some random guy just entered in the race, and I didn't know any of them. And yeah, and I got last place. It was amazing. It was a good run actually. I was plus 23 from my PB. Which is shit, but whatever. It was my first run on console, though, so that's saying something. And console is slower than MU. So yeah, it was good. Sounds pretty cool, Allie. Really, Ash? Jeez. What material did you use? Cobblestone. Oh my god. That camera though. Wood? Nice. And you said you had no wood. Alright, yeah, see, yeah, that's pretty good then. That's pretty fast. Waste. It's true. It's true. Doesn't get much more lazier than that. How'd I go that way? Here. Emily's so famous. Jeez, Allie, stop stalking. Man. That's really creepy, Allie. Oh, God. What? I just used an extra feather. This is gonna be the stupidest backup grabs ever. Oh, I can see it now. It's gonna be good. Wow, that actually might not be that bad. Alright, that wasn't that bad. I just went full stupid and pressed the A button for no reason whatsoever. An extra time. I don't know why. I got really confused about what button I was supposed to press. So instead of pressing R, which is what I usually press there, I don't know why, that's usually what I press there or something. And then I was like, oh, I need to press a button. So I pressed the A button and I was like, alright, hope that works. Damn. Waste way too much time, Dildella. Wait, I don't care. Why'd you change your color? I couldn't even find you. Hey, Foxos. Alright. I'll try, Agron. zoom in for no reason. Did he ever ban Swipe? Huh? I don't know. No? I don't think so. Oh no, I didn't do that. Alright, bye, Fox. Alright. Good. That ground pound. Pretty pro, right? Am I right? Am I right? What? What's going on here? It's okay, Blake. I haven't been able to do... I didn't do Tooshi Talk while I was on vacation anyway. And I hadn't been streaming as much, obviously, while I was on vacation, so... Again, it's okay. I'm done with this run. Okay. Let me Google that for you. Nice, I don't care. I don't care just said Netflix is how I spend $40 of my time. Yeah, percent. I know. I think it's so funny. Because I tried to make sense of it for a second. I was like, wait, Netflix is only $8, and I got kind of confused, and I was like, oh. That's funny. Thanks for follow 59 Gaming. Oops. Hey Dembos. Next I'll follow Brian Meglar. I don't even know what to do now. Loop cycle is gonna be weird as hell. Just say that, I guess. Daisy. That was delayed. Wow! This game. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Toxic Haze Dog. Alright. I don't think I can make Fin cycle with this, but I'm gonna try. Nice, Daisy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ah, God, I feel like I just got hit in the face. Really hard. Ow. It hurts. Vark. Hey, Maniac. This is suspicious. Did Snarfy stop streaming? Oh, or am I getting raided by... What? Oh, Cosmo Raid! Oh, man. I never thought I'd see the day. A dream come true. Real Fi-Fi Raid okay, now I'm really confused. Yeah, it's Fi-Fi. It has to be a Fi-Fi Raid. All the Frankers these. Oh, yes. That is legit. What's up, everyone? And thanks again for the raid, Fi-Fi, so much. Especially on a daily today. I had a really long day, and it really helps, so thank you. I was going to this study session, and alright, so I was going to this study session for Dev Psych, and it was at from 3 to 4, and there's also one from 4 to 5. And I had to leave school. I had class before that, but I had like a few hours in between, so I left school, take the bus home, and then I had to go back again. Kind of pain. But I went there, and I got in the class, and usually the teaching assistants do the study thing. Usually they do the study sessions. And the teacher was there, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is my teacher, and this is the psych class, so obviously, I guess it's just different this time, and the TAs can make it. It's like, okay. So, I was sitting through it, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, this isn't right. I mean, it just seems like she's doing the normal lecture almost. I'm like, but then I was like, well, normally the TAs do like question and answer, but because it's the teacher, she probably just has a different study session style. So I was like, okay, yeah, this has got to be it. And so after the class finished, I was like, wait a second, that was only like a fourth of all of the stuff, if that. Like, this could not be the study session. I asked the person next to me, I was like, this is kind of a weird question, but this isn't a study session, is it? Keep in mind, this is after being in the class for like an hour. And he was like, no. He's like, the study session was yesterday. I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, there's no, it's like, ah. And then, so, I like went down and talked to her, and I was like, yeah, I thought this was the study session. And then, oh yeah, and then after that, I asked the guy if there was like a study guide I could get then, because I missed the study session. He's like, oh yeah, you can ask her, and then she can like email it to you or something. So I went down to go ask her, and she was like, yeah, I saw you in there, saw you here, and I was like, what the heck is he doing here? I'm pretty sure he's in one of my other classes. Thought that was pretty funny, and I was like, ha, good one. And I was like, yeah, so I guess I missed a study session. I swear it was today, but I somehow just completely blanked. And she's like, oh no, it is today. It's in the room right next to this one. They're doing it right now. You must. He's like, and I was like, oh fucking course. I went in the wrong door and didn't realize it. And so she's like, yeah, you can go to they're finishing up that one. You can go to the next one then. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I will then. So then I had to, like, sit through a study session after that, and it was a bummer. But it was good, I guess. Yeah, thanks again for the raid, 5-5. It helps out a lot. I'll try to keep this run going as long as possible, everyone. Wrong final? That, yeah, that would not be fun. Thanks to the follow Nova MH and JJor64. It's a cool name. And welcome everyone, all the raiders. Nailed it. Wow, I still missed. Wow. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever done that bad before on that. Ever. Whoa! I have 12 eggs. I'm automatically losing time now. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I just got really hungry all of a sudden. What's up, Squishy? It's okay, Blake. You didn't miss that much because I was on vacation, so I didn't stream that often. Well, I mean, often is a bad word because I streamed every day. I didn't stream that much. I think it was something like an hour each day. And then one day I streamed for like 6 hours, and I got rated by Elmo, and that was really cool. I was not expecting that. After he got world record, actually. Hey, wizard. Oh my god! Why didn't Wonder Wings start? That was the weirdest thing. Okay, I need to get... How much health do we get? There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, Fi-Fi. Don't remind me. It's not good news. because I still have to do the 3,000 follower marathon and the 4,000 follower marathon and then the 5,000 follower marathon when that happens. So bad news. Got a lot of marathoning ahead of me. I don't know, I guess I should get one of my way this weekend, I assume. Let me see. Do I have any tests like right away on Monday or something? That would make me not want to. I don't think so. I have a test next week, but it's not right away. I don't think. Yeah, once I hit 5K, I automatically get partner. No. Yeah, I have to do 3 marathons though, which are gonna be really fun. I'm really glad. Like I was just joking, obviously. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. I might be able to knock out 2 in one weekend, but we'll see. Like I could do 2 20-hour marathons back to back, where I do 20 hours, sleep for 8 hours, and then 20 more hours. I did that once. I did that like in December. I did a 48-hour marathon with 8 hours of sleep in between for 2K followers. It was like the 2K double marathon where I did 2 marathons in one. In the first half I did Donkey Kong 64, 100% blind, or semi-blind. And Fi-Fi's actually done that too. And Jack has done it. A lot of people have done it. It's definitely an experience. I will forever be scarred by Beaver Bother as a game. How am I doing? Thanks to the follow, Silver Seagull, CLWCS2, Loser Man Wins, Cray Alice, and Neo B the Bomb. That did not go well last time? It didn't? I don't remember it going badly. I can't remember though. The only one I remember being pretty rough was the one where I was trying to do LTTP at the very end, and I had to reset like 10 times because I just kept falling asleep while doing the run. I remember I was like 10 minutes into an LTTP run, and all of a sudden I just like closed my eyes and stopped moving. And then like 30 seconds later I opened them and I was like, dang it! And then I just reset and did it, and then I kept doing that. Like every 5 minutes I would all of a sudden I would just stop working. And then I would like realize like a minute later and then have to reset. and then I because I was so tired and I just couldn't do it, and I still had like another hour left when I was doing LTTP, I took off my shirt and stood up against the wall and did runs from the wall. Like, I was just like back here, and I was just like doing runs. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that, but I was standing up and I had my shirt off and I was doing LTTP runs for like an hour. Or a half hour. And then yeah. Oh yeah, or the time where I was super loopy in like a Skype call, and I got a call on my phone from some guy that was like asking me if I wanted to do a survey, and I was like, I don't want to do a survey. It's actually highlighted, you can check it, and I just told him to fuck off, basically. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay. Oh. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm actually starting to know too many games where I can fit them in a marathon, really. I mean, like, a 24-hour marathon. It's almost getting there. Like, it's gonna be there pretty soon. There's a lot of games. I mean, obviously, if I add up all my times, like, it's way less than 24 hours. But I mean, like, I don't know. I remember when I used to do marathons and I had to do like a bunch of casual stuff to make it last 24 hours. Even when I would try to do like a bunch of attempts of like Banjo and then Rayman and then SMS. There's just so many games now. Like, I know how to speedrun Banjo-Kazooie, Rayman 2, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, or Super Mario 64 16 star, sorry. Link to the Past, SSX3 All Peaks, which I have to start showing that soon. And then Donkey Kong 64, any percent. And there's more too. I gotta think. I know there's at least one more. Yoshi's Story, any percent. Harvest Moon single second world record. When is that gonna be? When is that gonna be? I guess this summer. Sad to say. I have to put a lot of prep work into that. I can't just go in blind. Destroy the porn. Yeah, this indie game called Destroy the Porn or whatever. It's like a 5-minute speedrun. It's ridiculous. And then might still even be one more. Rayman Legends. No, I didn't finish learning that. I know World 1 of Rayman Legends. Trying to think if there's anything else. Anything at all. Oh, way back in the day, Blake. Way back in the day. I did a few races of it. I used to play it to try to get on SRL, yeah. I was playing a lot of random games when I was trying to get on SRL because there wasn't. I only at the time I knew Rayman and Banjo as my main games, and neither of them I could do that many races of. Rayman, obviously, no races, period. And then Banjo-Kazooie were pretty few and far between. So basically, early June, I was doing a lot of exploring in races. Hey, Super. Ice cream. I hope the ice cream was worth it. I hope it tasted good. Oh, I'm so sad. You're only gone for like half an hour. Thanks for the follow, Suckapola something. Olaf. Alright, Super, good luck with your studying, man. Oh yeah, Croc 2 I'm gonna be doing soon, yeah. Super Mario 64, Blake. 16 star. Got that now. Yeah, I'm really good at ping pong. Or at least I used to. For my age, when I played, when I was under 18, I was good. And then I stopped playing competitively. Yeah. Night, Danny Buzz. Hey, Crate. Ooh. Hey, Shaves. Ooh. Still bad time though. Ooh, I'm getting really hungry. Hey Saber Crunch and Jordan, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in here in a while. Well, why did I see I think it was in Jaden's chat. Crystal and some other people were talking about like you and something about URL shorteners or something. Like, and you have the shortest URL. I like didn't understand that at all. Good. Ooh. I can't believe I jumped over it like that. So close. It's unbelievable. Dang, there's a lot of lag. I have like 40 seconds of lag right now. Like, when I look at, I have like my stream up in a window. And it, yeah, wow. Nice. That'll do it. Ooh, it sounds like perfect time to have a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger sounds really good, actually. Ooh, oh my god, I'm really hungry, guys. I think I said that already before, but I'm really hungry. So hungry. I have leftover pizza in the fridge. That sounds really good as well, so I might have to eat that like now. I'm so hungry. Shit. Alright. I did have a car ride home stream, and on the way there I streamed the puzzle game 2048. On the way back I streamed Super Mario 64 practice, using my phone and hotspot. I streamed for, I think, half an hour of 2048 on the way there. On the way home, I streamed for 45 minutes of SM64. But I haven't told you guys this yet, but the Twitch stats did not count it. And I think the reason was that my hours, or sorry, the length of all of the broadcasts were technically less than 10 minutes. Well, one of them was 12, which is really weird that it didn't count that part. But the problem was that I kept disconnecting and then reconnecting like a minute later. So I had a bunch of smaller broadcasts. You can look at right now, look, if you look at my broadcast history, it's like 46 minutes of SM64 across like 20 different little videos. And there was like little cuts in between where like the 4G was iffy. And so I didn't realize this at the time, but it didn't count it. So while it didn't show up, it shows up as 0 for that day. Obviously, I technically did stream, and I have already highlighted videos and saved them. They're saved in my computer, as well as highlighted on Twitch. So in the Twitch documentation, if you go to the highlights, which will forever be there, it says on March 22nd, I had streamed SM64 in the car, and you can watch it. So what that means is that even though it didn't show up in the Twitch stats, it is still officially recorded on Twitch that I streamed on March 22nd, which is the day where it says that I didn't stream in the Twitch stats. So it's fine, but it's still annoying. And I still messaged Twitch and told them, if you can fix it, you should fix it, because that was bad. So, it should say 0.7 hours and it says 0, so. Damn it. Nice offline rocker. Hey, Silver Luna. What's up, Link? Hey, Javo. Oh! Damn. Hey, Zelena, what's up, dude? Zelna? I feel bad. I haven't been able to watch you in a while, dude. Although you probably haven't been streaming as much anyway. No sub 25 yet, right? Or sorry, sub 26. One, two, six, four. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. Ooh! Wow. Ooh. Oh! What? Oh! Uh-oh. My TV just went out. I am watching from my Dazzle, which is delayed. Wow! I got that with delay. Holy shit, dude. It's not like super delayed though, but I mean, it is, you know, noticeable, obviously. But wow, don't know when I'm gonna fix that. I have to push the cable down and kind of hold it down. It's really finicky. Wow, I got that again. God, this feels so clunky. Fucking CRTs, man, I tell you. Alright, there we go. Damn it! Come on! Ah. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. Maybe I should look into getting another CRT. A different CRT. It's not the cable that's broken, it's my TV. I don't know how to describe it, but basically I have to, like, have downward pressure on the cable where it's plugged in, like, at all times, and so I tape it down, and sometimes it just goes out randomly, probably because the tape loosens up a little bit or something, or it sucks. Well, I mean, Tick, there's no reason to do that because I can get you can get CRTs for free on Craigslist. But, yeah, Blake, I would if I needed to, but you can get one for free on Craigslist, so. And there's no reason for you to have to donate one to me or give me a TV because the cost of shipping it is obviously stupidly, ridiculously outrageous. So unless you live in Duluth, Minnesota, or in Minneapolis, there's literally no reason. And I'd be looking for a really nice one too. Sometimes if you get like a really nice CRT, then they'll charge a little bit for it, but usually not. The hitboxes crate are weird, and so if you're on the corner, then it doesn't count. Oh, that quick dive. And keep in mind, Blake, obviously it has to be a CRT, not like a flat screen or something. Holy crap, how is that badly angled? This fucking snippet guy. I'm so done with this game. Oh, that's pretty funny, Tick, actually. But a CRT is very, very heavy, so shipping would be ridiculous. It'd just be better if I got one when I'm home for the summer in Minneapolis. Because there's plenty of free ones. And it has to have some features and stuff. Like, it has to be a certain size, and it has to have S-video, and some of them are nicer than others, so. Yes, Blake. It was good, Tick Tick. It was fun. Okay. Yikes, a 5 a.m. class? Holy shit. Alright. Night, dude. Next to follow Sands Motel. No, not motel, hotel. 5 a.m. class. That blows my mind. Yeah, Cass, I don't understand. Hey, Shaman girl. Ooh. That's close. Alright. Dang. Damn turtles. Oops. Based. Pretty good. Good turtles overall. Whoa! Except that shit happened. Groove. Thanks to the follow, Bobby Gurmal. I don't know. It's a really ridiculous name. Oh! I think it's like trying to say Barbie Girl Mall or something. I know F though. Trust me, I know. Oh man. You're subbing, right? Obviously. I do. Hey Snarfy. What's up, dude? Dude. Stop streaming, I assume? Let me check. That's kind of funny. Yeah, offline. Okay. Just saying hi while you're streaming, you know. No big deal. Hey Trizin. And Spare. And Valendi. And Sniper King. And Pokemens. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is a raid. Right? Right? Yeah, for sure. What is that emote? Is that a Snarfy emote? If it is, it has to be a brand new one, and I have no idea what's going on there. Ah. That's a cool one. Oh my gosh. Dude, Snarfy, how did you get that emote? What? What? I haven't seen that yet. Dude, that boo. That's awesome. Oh my god. Thanks to the follow, Rico Nelio. And I'm assuming thanks for the raid, Snarfy. Thank you, dude. That was a cool raid because it was like super relaxed and just like, hey, I need to do more raids like that where I'm just like, everyone say hi to the streamer. 'Cause that's always fun. And not like super abrasive. Not that I really care. I mean, raids are awesome. So I don't care if they're abrasive or whatever. As long as it doesn't go on for like half an hour. Oh my god. No one wants to be that guy every raid goes on for like half an hour, you know. So I got rated by 5 and Snarfy. Jeez, the love today. So much love. Thanks for the follow, Pokemans. Alright, Bile. Let's see. Sometimes it's best to kind of just stick around Vile and like cut him off. Like that, and like that. But then, once you find like a break where you can get a lot of, then it's best to break off. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to get it. Ooh, that was awesome. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah, I want to be by Vile right now because I can steal his. Ooh, this is really bad. This is really, really, really bad. This is not good at all. Okay, you know what? Nope. No. 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 For some reason, I thought I was gonna be okay for a second.
See you later, bud.
Oh, see you, Jake.
It was
Nice seeing you, man. Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah, see ya. What? I guess one of the guys I knew from last year was over, and he just said bye, basically, but I didn't know he was over. I totally agree, Snarf, yeah. Like, it's weird because with the raid, it's like, until it's been 10 minutes, I am completely okay with, like, it's like, I accept however much they're gonna spam. I don't care. I'm like, that, I'm happy that I, you know, because I'm happy that I got raided and, like, got support, and so I want to show the streamer that raids me that I'm happy that they're supporting me, even if their people are spamming and stuff, and it's just crazy. But after, like, every 10 minutes, I'm usually more, like, leaning towards 15-ish, but after that, then all of a sudden I just switch, and I'm like, okay, no, gotta stop now. But until then, I don't even care how ridiculous the chat is, you know? But usually it's just like 3 or 4 people spamming like hardcore after like the first 10 minutes, so if you just tell them to stop and then they stop, and then, yeah. Ooh, AGEQ raids. That's another thing. If you get raided by something like so huge, there's no point in even, just embrace it. Just embrace it and let it ride, you know. Cause there's, you know, there's not much to do there. Like, I guess if it was like a really big streamer that I would be like incredibly honored to get a raid from, I wouldn't care how long their raid would go on for. I would still be respectful and be like, thank you so much, even if it went on for like hours, because I don't know. But they'd have to be a pretty big streamer, you know. Yeah, you totally just gotta roll with it. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, exactly, Sniper King. Now, I don't want to be, I hate being this guy because people always, well actually people don't ask me this much because I do play a few different games, but, I'm sure this is like the most annoying question ever, but I am curious, and you've been streaming SMS for a long time now, Snarfy. What other games are you thinking you might get into? Or are you gonna wait until after, SGDQ to go into anything else? I'm just kinda curious if you have any other games you're thinking about. It's hard to pick another game, you know? I get it. Ugh. Oh, okay. Galaxies, maybe. 64. Luigi's Mansion, Twilight Princess. All really good choices, obviously. Both in speedrun and in like popularity and stuff too. Because that is kind of... It's kind of weird to go from a game like SMS and then go to like something super obscure that's like, I don't know. Oh, that's actually interesting. Yeah, kind of like survey your options. I didn't really think about that, but that's interesting. Well, if you ever want to do a 16-star race, I'm up for it. I just did one earlier today. Because while I was on vacation, I didn't have my, like, all my stuff with me. So I kind of just did SM64 16-star learning on emulator. And it actually took me a few hours to learn it, and then I just did some attempts for a few hours, like for like an hour a day, until I was done with vacation. So I've been doing that for like, I don't know, 5 days now or something. It's pretty fun actually. I really like it, even though, you know, obviously you have to accept the fact that you're not gonna be anyone in the game. Like that sounds really horrible, but the amount of time you'd have to put into SM64 to be really good is something that I personally do not have time for. Because for one, I would have to not stream any other game basically, and for two, I wouldn't want to put that much time into one game, and for three, I'm in college. But you know, after you accept the fact that you're just doing it for fun, it's really fun. TP is painful to speedrun. I could see that. But for me, with a game that you speedrun, as long as you like really enjoy the game and you enjoy the music in the game, it can help out a lot and makes kind of like the bullshit deaths not really care, because you won't care as much about resets as for a game that you don't like and don't like the music in, where it tends to make resets drag on and make speedrunning it harder. That's what I found, at least. Like, I started to notice that all the games that I really like to play, I like the music in. Because if you like the music, then it makes it a lot easier to just replay it over and over and over again, which makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like obsessed with video game music. Like, before I started speedrunning, I had like a few thousand video game songs just in a library, and I would just listen to them. So it almost makes sense that I'm able to just like speedrun these games, because it's basically just like I'm listening to the music, and then I'm also playing the game. But even if I'm bored with playing the game, I'm listening to the music, which is I enjoy doing. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but right, Snarfy. And I just like to look at like the raw amount of like, cause like Stryker brought up a good point to me one time that like, while some people are faster at learning games, generally the amount of time that you put into the game is gonna reflect like where you are on the leaderboards, like how good you are at the game. And so if someone like Stivity Bobo has put down like serious amounts of hours into Banjo-Kazooie, there's really no way I could catch up with him unless I did the same thing for a long time, the amount of time that he's been doing it. So if you understand that you're not, if you just can judge how much time you want to put into a game and know then you can kind of figure out where you're going to be at, depending on how much time you put into it. Is there a video of Steve's first Banjo? Well, technically it was when he was a kid. I don't think there are that many videos. I think it's funny because there's a few highlights of like him getting a. I think it was, I don't know, it was pretty silly. It's like, it was like a Mumbo's Mountain time that's like 25 seconds worse than his Mumbo's Mountain time now. And you highlighted it because it was like really good at the time. And like, that's a lot of time, 25 seconds. But that's just the way this game works, I guess. It's just that crazy. Oh, thanks for the follow, wait, give me a second. Possessed Pear. Paschetti. I know I said that wrong. It's a little different. Valendy and Sniper King 19 might have already followed me, but yeah. No, but I do know that Stiv started in March of 2012. Yeah. March of 2012. Wait, it is March right now. Oh, 2 years ago. Yeah. That logic and reasoning and math. So good. I'm majoring in computer science. Book maniac. Big surprise there. Big shocker. Wow, that was awkward. Cap. Yeah, and if you're still here, Snarfy, when you've played one game like you've had for a while, it makes it, you know, obviously when you do add a game, I suggest that you slowly add it in, as opposed to, okay, I'm gonna stop playing Sunshine for a while and play this game, even though that is the most convenient thing to do, is to just focus on one game, and that's what I would want to do, and well, what anyone would want to do, probably. But I think it's a good idea to start off really slow, like just a little bit, and then slowly kind of integrate it in. And then once people are used to watching it, then you can exclusively do it for a little while or whatever. Just because if you like go cold feet in the water, like people obviously everyone will be asking, where's SMS? Where's SMS? Like that is obviously gonna happen. But like if you add it in slowly, then people will still be in the routine of watching you, because that's like the worst thing is when you switch games and then some people that were just watching for SMS were watching even though they're watching you for other reasons, like they're watching you when you do SMS. So if you just did one a different game, then after a while they might start to like lose interest in that game. But if you keep SMS going for a little while, it gives it more time for people to understand the new game and enjoy the new game, because most people, it's like if you enjoy the speedrun, other people probably enjoy it too, unless they're just watching for nostalgia reasons. And there are some people that maybe do, but like most people, you know, if it's an interesting speedrun, people will be interested in it. But they have to understand it first, which means you have to like give them time to get acclimated to it. I'm just saying this because it is really weird when you switch games, and like it would suck to see. I'm not saying that this would happen for sure. I just if it did happen, like, cause you get like a lot of viewers right now, and it's really good. But like if you switch to a completely different game, then it might go down, and then it kind of sucks. It kind of is discouraging. It was discouraging for me. Like I switched to solely doing Rayman 2 for a while, and then like it just kind of is weird, because you kind of like compare yourself and be like, well, look at me then and look at me now, and it's kind of just like annoying. I don't know. Just want to help make sure that doesn't happen or something. Ah! I don't know, I feel kind of mean because but at this I feel kind of insulting because I'm telling you that like people won't want to watch you if you switch games, but that's not what I mean. I'm just trying to. I mean, it's obvious if you switch games, you're gonna have a slightly lower viewer count because you're switching games. I mean, like that happens to everyone. But I just trying to help make sure that it doesn't just like plummet or something like bad, because you never know. Yeah, because, like, I was doing SMS. Like, I think I told you this. I was doing SMS in, like, last August, which is, I think, when you started. And I was getting, like, 200 a night. And then, because I was just doing SMS. And then I switched to Banjo and still got a decent amount, like, a lot of viewers. And then I switched to Rayman for, like, a while. And then, like, it's okay to play a game that's lesser known. Like, Rayman, not as many people like to watch it, but the problem was that I didn't play, like, SMS at all, or Banjo, really, while I was doing Rayman for a while, because I was just focusing on it, which made it easier for me to get closer to world record, which I almost got. But the problem was that people lost interest because I wasn't playing other games that they liked, so they weren't in the habit of watching my stream anymore. So I think in like November, when I was doing a lot of Rayman, I was getting like 20-ish viewers a day, maybe 25. And it was kind of like, I mean, I don't care that much about how many people are watching, but it is kind of sad to see your stream like decay instead of grow. Like, that's always kind of discouraging, so yeah. But, and another thing is the games that you all said there are like really good speedruns and popular and stuff too, so I wouldn't be too worried. Oh damn. I don't know, I tend to be really interested in the whole, like, viewer dynamic on Twitch and stuff. I always, like, look to see what other people have to, like, see, like, how people's viewers are fluctuating and why they fluctuate and stuff. I don't know. Statistics. Shit. Except not really statistics, but I don't know. That was incredibly stupid. I know, right, yeah. And the way that it's situated, when I look at chat, it looks like I'm looking at chat as well. I believe. Like, right now I'm looking at chat. Oh wait, shit. I did it. And like, the chat shows up on the screen, right? So like, I'm looking at the game, and now I'm looking at chat. And the chat shows up in the right spot. And I actually didn't really plan that, it kind of just worked out that way. Damn it! Hey there, Great Mandingo. Oh, I just realized the chat overlay isn't working though. I'll have to fix that. That's neat, even though it doesn't show up. Sometimes it breaks, unfortunately. It's kind of annoying. But I understand because it's like a heavily beta thing that I just like I'm one of the first people to use, so there's only a few people that have this chat overlay. Wow, plus a minute? Nailed it. Hey Ash. Thanks for the follow, Niclarius, Monkey Jr., Vashkilla, and Funkadella. Can't save the urn anymore. Ah, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I am going to be back in 1 minute. Throw some pizza in the microwave. Alright, it's in. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. pizza. Sorry, Reiko. Here, all the music prayer. DK64. See, look, I'm looking at chat right now. Look at this. I'm looking at you guys. Hello, Rindo. Blake. Now, game's over here. Oh, I can't get my hand on the screen. Over there. Here, Blake, have some pizza. There you go. Oh no, none for you, Super Basil. It just happened, Valiant D, but once it did, then I noticed it, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure I keep it that way, you know? Like, now I'm like, oh, awesome. That's a good idea, I should leave it like that, or, you know, make sure it's like that. $25.8, huh? Really, Valen? Oh my god. Valen D, huh? Valdi. Valine D. Valendi. Alright. It was the first stop there, no! So it's Valen D then. This might be my last run due to needing to study for a test tomorrow, and sleep is good. Sleep is pretty good. Nah, Wicked, sleep's overrated. Stream all night. No, not tonight. Oh shit. Huh? Last run. Tooshi's quitting Banjo forever. Yep. This is it. The last known Tooshi Banjo run. It's been a good ride. I'm gonna deliver the urn. One last good urn. With all gold. You know, it's pretty funny. I was actually planning on having second jump and bag cauliflower and then resetting and just being like, well, that was it. That is the story of Banjo-Kazooie. Second jump, bag cauliflower. End of story. But now, I don't know what to do. Oh! Well, that was pretty sick, actually. Actually felt pretty fast. Oh, bummer. Oh no! Oh, that's a party killer right there. Hey, lowercase. Perfect. Well, this is the best Mumbos ever. Missed that. So, should I quit this run, or it's really bad? That was good. Impressive. I think I'm gonna go. Oh, wow, it was actually a 4-hour stream. That's actually pretty good. I'm like working my way back into these long ones. What day? Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna do a marathon this weekend. I have to. I didn't get to stream as much as I wanted to in March. So, expect a marathon this weekend. Alright, well, I am going to go, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We can do a raid. Oh, we'll do this person. We are gonna raid Glacials. He's doing SM6. He's doing Super Mario Sunshine. I was at SM64. And oh, I see Ryan Doe in there. Ryan Doe, what's up, dude? Alright, well, I better do this raid quick before he say, oh, Tooshi's gonna raid you. But our raid message is gonna be, hi, Glacials, because that's what Starfy did to me, and I like that. That was good. Alright, everyone go post that in Glacial's chat. He's super cool. Alright. Cool. I will see you guys tomorrow.